Hi there, my name is Desiree Crowley, and in this video I'm going to show you how I conceal my acne, my scars, and all of my blemishes that I have with my mascara foundation and my mascara makeup. That's been a question that's been asked a lot, and people complaining about not being able to get full coverage or get the coverage that they want with their acne and with their scarring. And trust me when I tell you, I have a lot. I have a lot of scars and a lot of just hormonal acne. Excuse me, hormonal acne that I've gotten throughout the years, particularly in my cheeks and in my jaw area. That's usually where it goes, but sometimes I'll get some up here. And as you can see, you can't really see them here. I mean, you can't really hide some texture. When you have zits, like, you're gonna have a little bit of texture until all of that heals. In general, with mascara makeup, it is so buildable. If you want it to be just like that one layer and you don't have a lot of acne and a lot of scars, then this video is not really gonna apply to you. I am going to tell you right now though, because acne is kind of a beast, and especially when you get a lot of acne and a lot of breakouts, you are going to need more than just one layer. And that's with any makeup, okay? Not just this makeup, and I'm gonna show you how I spot treat and how I cover all these things. But you just have to realize that with any makeup, you're gonna have, one layer is not gonna be enough. Even the thickest, most strongest foundation. I mean, there's some of those foundations out there that cover like tattoos and things like that. I mean, you can go that route. I personally feel like that's not super natural. So I personally like the soft, glam, natural look, and I like more neutral colors, as you can tell. Sometimes I'll do crazy things, but in general, this is kind of like my everyday look. But for me, it is big to be able to conceal all of those things with my one, let me show you, my one mascara compact. So everything I use is here. The only exception is my setting powder, which I will show you in the video. But everything I use is here, and then plus the three big brushes that I use. And I'm going to explain everything. It's going to be a voiceover because I thought that would be the quickest way to explain everything and not have to talk through it and apply the makeup, because that usually takes me a long time. So even though I have to take some additional steps to cover up my acne and to get that full coverage, flawless look, trust me, this is still the fastest makeup that I've ever done. And why? Because everything is here in one place. So that just makes it super convenient. So if you'd like to get a color match, if you watch this video and you'd like to get a color match for the 3D foundation for mascara, I'm happy to help you do that. There's gonna be a link in the description below. It's just desiCrowley.com/color match. Just look for it in the description, and it will take you to where you can get the exact instructions on how to get the best color match, because yes, there is a sequence to this so that you get the best colors for your skin tone so that you can best cover up your acne and your scarring. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I have done previous tutorials on the mascara makeup, but I'm going to continue to do more. And it's also not the only beauty brand that I use. I do like to use other brands as well, and that's why I love Maskcara and this company and partnering with it, excuse me, is because they are not brand exclusive. So if you join other beauty companies, it seems like, okay, they just want you to promote that one brand. Not here. I love that I can promote other brands that I love, and I can also give you very honest feedback and reviews on mascara. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more videos like this. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, just to prove that I was not kidding when I said I have lots of acne and blemishes, and this is not even the worst of it. I really have struggled with acne, and it has been the worst. So, and it's just hormonal acne. It's just hormones. I take good care of my skin, but yeah, just have to cover it up. And this is the first thing I do is I take my powder brush from mascara, and I use the more pointed side to just put a thin layer of my darker highlight color, amber. And by the way, if you get color matched, about 95% of women are matched to at least 2 highlight colors. And this is why. So you'll apply what's called your darker highlight shade into all of the areas where there's some darkness, there's redness, just to balance everything out first and really make for the smoothest, most beautiful application of this makeup. So as you can see here, I'm just going through my under eyes. I have really bad under eye circles, and I am just covering that up with just a thin layer. And as you can see, I've already got a lot of coverage on my cheeks and all around that areas where I had lots of blemishes. And like I said, I just used a really thin layer. I just tapped it into the tin, and now I'm just kind of blending everything through, putting a little bit on my nose. I have just a little bit of redness around my nose. Next, I am going to move on to my contour, and I use the smaller side of my Detail Hack brush, and I draw the lines. my war paint, as my husband will call it sometimes, and I'm just putting it on as like thick lines on my face first, because since it's winter right now, the thing with cream foundations is that when it gets cold, they are not as soft, and especially the contour is a little bit thicker than the highlight. It's definitely not the same texture. And so what I like to do is I first apply it on my face this way and let it just sit on my skin, just warming it up, if that makes sense. And then I am going to just do a little nose contour as well, and I use the bigger side of, actually I kind of switch back and forth. Sometimes I do the bigger side of the brush, other times I do the other one. But this brush is, you can use this for everything, including the highlight. I like to use it for my contour mostly, and I just feel like it really gives for the most defined contour, both on the nose, on the cheeks, and everywhere else. And now I'm just blending that out, and I'm going to put some under my jaw as well. And now I'm going to take the bigger side of the Detail Hack, and I am just smoothing everything out, especially just the harsh lines. I personally like a little bit of a darker, more dramatic contour, so I am not, you know, you kind of just blend it to your taste, but I kind of just tap it on. I stipple the brush a little bit on top just to smooth and blend everything out, but I do like it to look a little bit, I like it to look like I actually have contoured my face and have that definition around my face. And as you can see, it really just adds a whole nother dimension to your cheekbones. I just absolutely love this contour. Alright, so next I'm gonna go in and really make everything glow and pop. So I'm taking the color Linen, and I'm doing just that triangle area underneath my eyes with the powder brush once again. And I just love how it packs the product all in one place. And I'm just brightening everything up under my eyes, and then down the center of my nose, just basically the center of my face. I want it to just have that extra glow. And I'm going to just blend it out a little bit here, and then I'll also put a little bit on my Cupid's bow and just blend it as much as possible. And I think I put a little bit on my chin, yep, on my chin as well. Now I'm just taking my damp perfector sponge and just blending all the little lines out, especially underneath my eyes and on top of my lids. I am preparing to bake with my loose powder, so I just want to make sure that everything is super smooth before I add the powder and basically lock it all in. Now I'm going to take my B-squared brush, and I'm going to add some lip and cheek color right onto my cheeks. And yes, I am doing all of this before I set it with the powder, because the lip and cheek colors are also cream, and I like to just blend it all first, creams with the creams, and then I go and I lock it all in with the loose powder. As you can tell, I am adding a little bit of extra color, because once you put the powder on, it will kind of mute it out, and so I like to put more so that it still looks like I have a little bit of color on my cheeks. And I love this color. This is the color Sandstone, one of my favorites. And then I'm just going through and blending one more time, blending right where the lip and cheek color and the highlight meet. Now I'm going through with my Airspun Pody powder. You can find that at Target, Walmart, any of those, any drugstore really. And I'm going to just pour some on the lid, and then taking my damp perfector sponge and then baking under my eyes. I like to add a couple layers, especially under the eyes, because that will really lock it all in. I will not have anything creased or anything that transfers over to that area all day. And then, as you can tell, I'm also putting it on my eyelids, and that is to act as an eyeshadow primer. So I do have eyeshadow primers that I use sometimes, but a lot of times I just put a little bit of the cream highlight on my lids, brighten that up, and then I just put the powder and bake, and that really holds my eyeshadows really well, and it's also easier to take off at night. And then I'm just baking right underneath my cheeks as well. Everywhere, basically everywhere where I put the highlight color is where I'm going to put this loose powder to bake it. And I do like to just let it sit there while I do my eye makeup. Okay, so since this is a video just focused on acne coverage and scars and blemishes and whatnot, and actually your actual face, I'm actually going to go off camera and finish my eyebrows and my eyeshadow. If you want to actually watch videos on that, you can. I'm going to link some of those videos also that are also on my YouTube channel, and you can watch them if you want. But because I want to keep this focused on the actual acne coverage and how to get that full coverage look, I'm going to just go off camera and then come back with my eye makeup. Okay, so I'm taking the fluffy side of my B-squared brush and just wiping off all of the excess powder underneath my eyes and around my face, and kind of blending it towards just the rest of my face so we can set everything. And I don't do a lot of powder on the areas where I contoured and I put my lip and cheek. As you can see, I personally can still see a little bit of my blemishes, so I'm going to take this multi-purpose brush and take the small side of it, and this is perfect for those pesky little dots around your face that just won't cover up no matter what you put on them. And so I'm just gonna take a little bit of my amber color and just poke at those little blemishes and give them a little extra coverage. And so I'm gonna just dab with my finger and just blend out those spots where I put a little bit of extra cream foundation on, and just blend them out to make sure that they fit with the rest. And then I'm going to take the other side of that same brush and just set all of those areas with a little bit more of that loose powder. And I just kind of dab it on. I do a little bit of a thick layer there. I want it to essentially bake twice, but it's just on those little spots there. And then while that is sitting there, I'm going to bronze myself up a little bit. So this is the Bella Cream Bronzer, and as you can see here, I'm going to do one side first and just kind of show you the difference. It is just a slight hint of bronzy goodness, okay? It blends in perfectly with everything else that you put on, and that's what I love about it. And especially in the winter time, I don't know about you, but I get super pasty, and I'm not a big fan of tanning beds or anything like that, so especially not for my face. So I like to just add a little bit more color so that I look more like I do in the summer, and it just adds just a hint of bronzy color, and I love it. And then I'm gonna just finish off and just dust off that excess powder that I put on those little blemishes that were on my cheeks. And next I'm gonna take the other side of my powder power brush and put a little bit of what's called the illuminator, just to give it that extra pop of glow. As you can tell, this is just a little shimmer down the center of my nose on my cupid's bow, and I do those areas with my finger, and then I take the brush and then do just right on my cheekbone, just that bone right there on top of your lip and cheek color. That's where I'm applying it, just to give me a little extra glow. This is honestly optional, but if you can glow a little more, why not? Okay, so then I'm just putting that on, and as you can tell, it's pretty subtle, but it just kind of catches the light just right. And next I'm going to do my lips. I'm going to line them with this NYX lip liner. It's just the pencil lip liner, and it's in the color Cabaret. I will also link this as well in the description, and this is like a little wine red color. I love it for this time of year. I use it almost every day, and I personally like my lip liner to be just a little bit darker than my actual lip color, and you'll see how all of this comes together with the lip color I'm going to apply. My go-to lately has been this Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the color Lover. I'm trying to focus it there. And this just perfect rosy mauve color, and I love it. It's just, I mean, you can wear it as a daytime look, but you can also do a little bit more dramatic eye look and wear it as a nighttime look as well. I like it for both, and not to mention, it literally does stay on forever. Done. I think we covered those pesky little buggers up pretty well. What do you guys think? Leave me your comments and your questions below, and I'll come back to answer. Thanks so much for watching.